This week on Dumb Pitches, it is a beautiful, quick episode of Chanel Ali, our guest, giving us some products you didn't know you needed. How about an app where a robot moves people's cars if they've parked like shit? A little device that helps you put weed into the joint or blunt wrapper so that it doesn't get stuck on stuff. That's beautiful. An app that helps you get home when you're drunk by telling you should leave or drinking water, things like that. These are just great. And plus more. Prolific. It's a beautiful episode. Here we go. Dumb pitches. What a bunch of dumb pitches. Oh my goodness. Welcome to another episode of Dumb Pitches with Monica Nevi. I'm Monica Nevi, your host. This is a great show. It's such a good podcast. You're going to love it. And it is the show where we talk to successful people about their worst ideas. And we have a great guest for you. Just about to put an hour special out. Chanel Ali is here. Yay.
Yay. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
I am very successful, but also in a studio apartment. So I just want to, you're in a studio. I am in a small room. But no, I'm well. Thank you.
Good. I mean, this room is pretty small, too, if that makes you feel better.
No, it looks expensive, but no, it's nice.
Huge room.
Lighting helps, We can change the light colors, and then everyone's impressed. It's good. Well, great. Oh, thanks for being here. I'm excited to have you. We like to start the show with your good ideas, so everyone knows you've had good ideas and not only weird, bad ideas.
Oh, okay. You didn't tell me to separate them in terms of good or bad.
Well, don't worry. Yours are just going to be fantastic. But we like everyone to know why you're successful and in a beautiful studio apartment.
Thank you so much. I just churn them out,
Yeah. Well, we have, so you've been on BET, Comedy Central, MTV Girl Code, TruTV. You have a podcast called Don't Watch This Movie. Your album, Chanel #1. Which is such a great title. And like we mentioned in the beginning, you have an hour special coming out on Epix March 11th, which is next week.
Next week. Just a bunch of jokes that I put together.
Yeah, it's perfect. So you've been doing lots of stuff, and you're very funny. So no matter how bad these other ideas are, feel good about yourself.
It's going to even itself out. I feel good about it.
Good. Okay, so when I kind of set you the criteria, what are the bad ideas you came up with?
Okay, so you guys know Love is Blind. Such a fun show. These people talk behind the wall. They don't get to see each other. I would like to see a little more diversity in the casting,
Mm-hmm.
Next season, I want a lady that has like a real thick Pirates of the Caribbean accent, a peg leg,
okay,
like a wooden leg.
Just like a real pirate.
And when they walk out, she's like wooden leg. And also a guy who stutters.
Okay.
Yeah. Is love blind? Let's test it.
Yeah.
Do you have the patience to listen to the stutter?
Do you have the patience to listen to the stutter? Yeah.
A lady who just happens to have a very deep voice.
Yeah. Okay.
On Love is Blind. Next season, I want more diversity.
This is a great point because, yes, they are only going off their voices, but for the most part, they have normal, non-divergent voices or speech patterns at least. And so
really the issue is that most of them are pretty hot.
Yeah.
And like obviously love isn't blind. It's not. It's pretty evident.
Right. Well, and it is funny because when they do see each other, you're like, that's not anything crazy. I think this season, because I just started watching this season, there's some more, like, not everybody's super skinny, which I liked because I'm like, if we're going to actually ask, is this blind or not, like, you can't just still be some skinny, hot person on the other side. That doesn't. Yeah.
First go around for sure.
Doesn't ask the question. So I like even better. Well, first of all, who isn't looking to date a pirate? I think that's the perfect.
I think she could be spunky. Like, she's a great girl. She just talks like, "Arr." What can you do? What can you do?
Yeah, that'd be fun at parties.
Love wine. Let's see.
Okay, so actually get some more diversity as far as
A
uh
lady with a
okay,
tail.
their voices.
Let's get crazy. A lady with a tail. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's
Okay.
good. I like that. And see, this is now I
I don't
just
want,
want to see how they would react with
that's the
those.
real thing. I don't want you thinking that there's no people out here with tails. I saw a lady with a tail once at a strip club in Philadelphia. Very real. Like it wasn't a long tail, but like, her body had grew it. They're out there. And they deserve love.
Absolutely.
And they're probably great communicators. They're just, not often behind a curtain.
Yeah, so then do you think does the pirate lady talk about, I mean, obviously it's in her voice, so you would probably come up. When they're in the pods, does the tail come up? Do you think she tells him or the other person about her tail?
Oh, so you think this is all one person?
Well, no.
You think it's like a peg leg tailed deep voice lady?
I mean, it is Hollywood, so they'd be like, let's get all our diversity in one person. And then.
No, I'm saying the whole cast should
Right,
be.
but I'm saying just the tail lady. If just the tail lady would, because when
she
you
doesn't tell anybody.
when you
She
first
doesn't tell
see,
anybody.
she doesn't tell
Because
anybody.
love is blind.
That's true. That's true. You're not really supposed to talk about your physical appearance. When you first see each other, they come out a little. It would be behind her, so
Yes.
you wouldn't notice even right away. Anyways,
She probably wears a lot of jackets.
that's true. That is
She
true.
covers up that tailbone, so probably not. But eventually, she'd be like, "So this has been fun. Listen," and then we see the guy do the bad thing, and that's really I think what I want to see on that show is more setups for guys to just show how terrible they are.
Yeah. Okay, I like it. Okay, a little more real diversity in Love Is Blind. Okay.
Yeah, just like let's solve that problem.
Yeah. All right. What else do you have?
Okay. An app on your phone. It's called Scootch,
Scootch.
and you use it by like messaging somebody whose car is parked in a crazy way, and the app sends out a little robot that comes and moves their car so you could park.
Oh, that would be really
The Scootch.
helpful. I had one time I parked and then two people parked so close to me, like literally like that. I couldn't get my car out.
Everybody has a story.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I'm taking it to Shark Tank, I think. Also,
perfect. This is a good show for you.
I've already been troubleshooting, and I do think that some people are going to use it to steal cars at some point, but we're going to figure it out.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
And also, like, maybe it would be late at night, because that's more often when I used to see it in New York City, like trying to park late at night, and somebody parked ridiculously. Like, we could fit a bus there if you didn't park so crazy.
Right.
But it's like, how would the app wake that guy up? Because he's wasted,
Right, yeah. That's how we got there in the first place. Okay, so then a little robot just moves it.
Yeah, concerned citizens would use the Scootch app to, scooch it.
Scooch, just scooch a little bit. Because just the idea of a parking when other people park poorly app, and anyway, because you see a lot of posts of like notes or something that somebody left, or a fight that you get in with your neighbors because they keep parking like shit. This would maybe help the aggression if you're just like, oh, I just gotta scooch your car.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna notify you, and I did it.
Yeah, I did it. Hey,
you're gonna come out. It's gonna be in a different spot because we don't trust you.
They just moved it all the way. Okay, so because the robot could move it, you would be able to steal it. I don't even know how. They would just move it to your house. I don't know.
Roll it home. Just roll it home.
Let's keep scooching.
You always got to think about what the thief is going to do first when you come up with your idea. How they're going to mess it up for you.
Yeah, like how are people going to fuck this up?
We'll scooch.
Okay, scooch. And I'm glad this happens on this show quite a bit. People will be like, okay, this is the idea. And they'll be like, okay, well, what do you call it? And they're like, I don't know. I like that you already have a name for it.
Exactly. It's going to sell itself.
Scooch is that's a fun name anyways. And also I was like, could you use it? I'm a very passive aggressive person. I'm from the Pacific Northwest. That's just how we roll. And could you use something like that to move a person over? Because I don't like talking to them. I'm being like, hey, can you back the fuck up, please?
Yeah, a mediation that you don't have to take part in.
Yeah, we're on our phones anyway.
You saw the robot. You know what that means. Your jokes aren't hitting. Get out of here.
Get out of here. That's good. Just a little robot comes and just takes somebody off stage.
It just has a sweeper.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's nice. We are outsourcing all of our jobs now
Dude,
to technology.
it'll become a worldwide thing. Like if somebody's doing something that's not to your pleasure, I'm gonna scooch this guy. I swear to God.
Yeah, you're about to get scooched.
Oh, don't bring that girl. She'll get scooched. I swear. I swear to God tonight.
Oh,
You know how she is.
yeah. Could you scooch an audience member that's like too drunk or what, like a heckler? You could just scooch them.
Security, scooch. A whole brand.
This is good. Yeah, you're really expanding already. This is great. All right. What else?
I like how supportive you're being. Okay.
Oh, good. That's what I'm here for.
This one, not really rooted and funny. An audio / video recorder that records doctors when they're treating Black patients.
Oh, okay. All right.
Very specifically, because we can't just do audio because a white doctor will sign language some shit and you'll just be gurgling. Like, we got to really catch them. So, yeah. Like cops have body cams. Yeah. Let's see what these nurses are doing.
Yeah. Yes. No, this is because, that's another thing that people are starting to be more honest about and say, like, this has been my experience. And then, of course, with every fucking injustice, somebody's like, well, that does never happen. I've never heard of that, or I've never seen that,
Yeah, like, that's so unprofessional. It can't be real. Well,
right.
What if I could roll tape?
Yeah, exactly. Well, what about this? And then we get, well, because cops have been turning their body cams off. Do you think nurses would do the same thing?
Yeah, or cover it up.
Which is suspicious enough in itself, I feel like, but that's whatever.
They often have notes. They're always writing stuff.
Yeah, what are you writing?
I don't want to bash nurses, but still, we should watch them.
Yeah. Yes. That's think
I don't have a name for it because all of my ideas started to make me sad. So it's unnamed.
Okay. Well, I do think about, because there's cameras most places now, right? Or at least a lot of places, just for security purposes or whatever. And I think about it because I have cameras at my house. We have a son. And I'm like, he can't get away with anything because it ends up on the camera. Like when I was a kid, the things that I would do or get away with, he's got no shot because we have cameras in the house, like that would be, but I do think it makes him not even try stuff, which maybe he needs to, I don't know. But so if the nurses even knew or doctors even knew that it was a possibility that they would be caught on camera, maybe they just wouldn't make the choice in the first place and treat everyone the same.
It's like a win-win, I feel like.
Yeah. That's good.
And honestly, it would probably cut down on the liability insurance of like somebody getting mistreated and then suing the hospital.
Yeah.
Look, insurance fraud is rampant. So
yeah, we're looking out for you.
We'll keep our premiums down. Everybody wins. It hurts somebody.
All right. Oh, well, that's a good one. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so a tool to place weed in a blunt or joint. So let's say you break up weed in a grinder, right? Mm-hmm. You have all this weed, it's like fluffy and soft and it's so green. Now I just want to like scoop it with my fingers and sprinkle it. It's not as effective. I would like something that's like very slippery, a tool, maybe like a suction. But see, the problem is getting tools. Having tools when you're doing drugs, you can't have like a spoon. You can't have like a little spoon scoop thing.
No. Yeah, like a mini, like the ice scoop type of thing.
You pull out a little zipper case and you're like, oh, this is my spoon for the weed. They're gonna be like, here, heroin.
That's not.
Gotta make a meeting, So, but something to get the weed from this state and put it into like a syringe or. Like a belt to tie. No. I don't know. Maybe it's like a half a straw.
Okay. Oh, like cut half like that way.
Yes.
Okay.
Like a tool like that maybe is kind of dipped like a spoon and it allows you to like scoop up some weed and then take it over and then dump it, line it up in your. Yeah.
Okay. That one might be pretty easy to make a prototype.
I agree. I
Give it a
like it so
try.
much that I regret giving it away right now on the internet. So
Well, you could have. I'm sure a lot of our listeners are stoners, so they'll be happy to consider. It is funny that every single thing you could think of is like related to a different drug, though. Like even a straw.
a syringe, like
Yes, we just suck the.
to suck it up,
But
and
it's a
then
good, especially if you've already been smoking or
yeah.
have already rolled something up. Like I always get very sticky, and then like it sticks to me when I want it to be, and I can't place it properly.
You
Like
lose some weed and the residual
yeah,
transfer,
yeah, lick
and
your
I'm kind of
finger.
like, nah.
Yeah, just trying to
I'm
get
trying
it.
to have it all and be able to get it all up and put it in that thing so I can smoke it all.
It's financially responsible. Send you.
Fiscally,
Yeah.
everybody wins.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Less of a mess, hopefully.
I also don't have a name for that. What do you think?
Canna. Not canna scoop. Can't no. Something like that.
The half moon spoon.
Ooh, I love a rhyme. That's good. A half moon sounds, there's a lot of fun names in weed culture with the strains and stuff. So if you say, I got to use the half moon, that's pretty nice.
That sounds peaceful.
Yeah. It's a spiritual tool.
I think I'm going to write drug spoon and we'll revisit it.
Okay. Yeah, feel free, listeners, viewers, to comment if you have ideas for the drug spoon. I mean, drug spoon is a grab that does grab your attention. It's like, what?
It is.
Yeah.
And you immediately are like, what kind?
But yeah, what kind of drugs? Because spoons can be used for other drugs.
Exactly. And we'll get some residual buyers from people who just don't read labels.
Yes, absolutely. That's good. And because we'll have to do one of those, let's say this expands into being sold in like a marijuana store, an actual store. And we'd have to do one of those disclaimers that's like, this is for marijuana products and not anything else. But really, whatever.
We'll have a Surgeon General thing, and it'll be the one about crack.
Yeah, there you go.
Whichever label he has about crack, that's the one that'll be on our pack.
Whatever label he has. I'm imagining him in a room with all his different labels of which one is this?
Pregnancy one we've used a lot.
Oh my gosh. Okay, drug spoon. Could you use it for cereal afterwards?
Anything. Feed your baby. Feed your baby and then be chill.
Yeah, relax. If you got to feed your baby, it's probably upset before that. They get fussy when they're hungry. So, you smoke a little, then you feed your baby.
Yes. The order of operations matter.
Yeah, that's true. I think you got new merch ideas here.
I'm going to find a manufacturer today.
Yeah, today. Okay, you have one more? I'm impressed. You're prolific with these.
Some drunk features for your phone, like a drunk mode, and it's going to limit who you can contact. It's also going to limit your screen time. Like if it knows that you're in a moving vehicle, you can't stare at it too long. It's going to shut off.
Oh, that's smart.
It's going to remind you to breathe. Like every 3 minutes, like, hey, have you taken a deep breath? And maybe it'll show a countdown so you can breathe with it.
That's good.
And just really just gonna reinforce you don't have to keep going.
Yeah. Or what other things?
Once you put it on alert, it's like, yeah, it is late. It just immediately affirms what you already think. It is pretty late and you are out. You seem drunk.
You're right. You are drunk. And then it could be talk you into going home and be like, look, I've taken the data from this situation and nothing good's going to happen after this. So you should go home. Based
on the last few years of your life, this is going to be like all the other nights. Also, Uber's not even surging right now because it's early.
Ooh, so that's good.
If you leave right now, you probably won't even throw up on the way. You'll probably be able to hold it in. We've calculated the wind speed, which drivers have a nice sedan.
That's good. This is,
with all your things.
Somebody's going to fall in love with this app.
Right as you leave or you go to leave, it's like, hey, take a safety pee. And then you have to dismiss it and say, oh, yeah, I should go pee before I leave.
It's like your mom. um,
That's what we'll call it, the drunk mom.
yeah, drunk mom, get you home safe. That, I mean, it sounds like a good friend, honestly. It's nice.
I'm
That's like,
solving I'm solving the world's ills.
you really
One
are.
half at a time.
There's so many mistakes that get made at that point. You know, if you were on your own without a drunk mom app,
Mm,
you could, what, drive maybe when you weren't supposed to, go home with someone, stay
yeah,
up too late and not go to work. You know, plenty of things all could be avoided.
absolutely. And if you have a reminder, like let's say you can log each drink, like, oh, I just had this, and then when you go to log the third one, it's like, and now you need water.
Yeah. Ooh, that's very good.
Just a reminder to let's take a beat before we get to that next drink and force some moisture in our bodies, see how we feel.
Yeah, that might be helpful. Trust me on this, you'll feel better tomorrow.
And you know what? That really comes from me knowing other comedians and partying so much.
Yeah.
Because I'm always trying to convince comedians to drink water and take deep breaths, and they won't. They like
They hate
almost
it.
never do it.
Yeah.
And when they do it, they're like blown away. They're like, wow, that deep breath was amazing. You
It
know?
is odd that breathing is so helpful. It almost irritates me because it is so simple.
Yeah.
So when I'm feeling anxious, I do a little breathing exercise and I'm like, well, that fixed it, which is so stupid because you feel like you're going to die. And you're like, but have you breathed? And then you're like, oh, shit, apparently not.
Yeah, I went on a hike a couple days ago with this like tour guide who was from the mountains, and she was like, the hike is hard, but it's really your breathing that's making it rough. And she was talking to the whole group, but still, it felt like a personal attack.
She's like, I can hear you guys.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, let's take a break. But she was just explaining that, like, obviously what we all know, if you don't have oxygen running through your body, it's not going to function as well. But also, it feels crazy to just take a nice, sombering, deep breath when you're worried that you're not ascending a mountain well.
Yeah, that is true. And for that to actually fix it. There's tour guides for hikes?
Oh, yeah, I was just in the Middle East. I was all over the
Oh,
world.
right. Yeah, you were out of the country. I forgot.
Yeah. So I was hiking lots of mountains. Honestly, I feel tricked because I thought it was going to be like some very chill. There's a trail, but it was a whole mountain. But really incredible experience.
Yeah, well, and you got some good breathing in. That sounds nice. It's good. Well, congratulations on that. But that is true because I struggle to, sure, probably breathe properly when I'm exercising anyways, but more so if you've been drinking. So the breathing, the water, all those things that you should do. Nice reminder, you know?
Absolutely. We all need a little scooch,
Yeah. Well, I'm like about to leave most of the time I'm out. So if something was like, no, you're right, you should probably leave, I would definitely do it. So.
Totally.
These are, I mean, honestly, I have a tough time picking which one would be my favorite even.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very competitive, so
Drug
this matters a lot to me.
I will say, and we started this last year, at the end of each year, we have what's called the Dummies, which is awards for listeners' favorite ideas. And there's different categories and stuff. And honestly, you're in more than one category with these, So we'll see.
Just get a good spread on it. Come home with the win.
Yeah. Then you got more credits for made up awards. That's great. Oh my gosh. So so funny. And I think like I'm just gonna like think about them because you're right. You did attack all of these products or whatever from a perspective of need. Like you're like, no, this thing is annoying to everyone. We need to fix, or concerning for everyone. We need to fix it. So now when I do these things, parking, rolling a joint, whatever, I'm going to think about it and be like, I need my drug spoon.
You don't have to live like this.
Yeah.
You could just have a little drug spoon.
That might be my favorite.
It doesn't have to be weird anymore. Progressive.
Yeah. We're making moves out here. Okay. Hilarious. Thank you so much for being here. Where can people find you if they want to come see you live or check out your podcast or follow you?
Oh, yes. You can follow me on Instagram at Chanel Ali. That's Chanel like the perfume, Ali like Muhammad. You can go to my website, chanelali.com, to find out where I'm performing next. And I'm headlining Helium Comedy Club in Philly on April 13th.
Nice. There you go. And there's our special coming out on
Our
Epix.
special any day now. Out on Epix. It's March 11th.
Yes.
Go get that app. Watch me. It's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, I'm excited. That's great. And it just made me laugh because I was checking in before we started before we started the show, and you were like, "I think I have a special coming out. I'm not sure."
I think it's like soon.
Yeah, and you're like, "Oh, it is like next week. Perfect." So yeah, next Friday. This out Friday. Next Friday, you can watch your special. How perfect! And you use your drug spoon. You know, have a joint
My
or a blunt.
car will be parked safely and comfortably.
That is how this show works. We create the ideas immediately afterwards.
Prototypes.
Yeah.
Prototypes.
Well, thank you so much for being here. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Check out our YouTube memberships. We have behind the scenes episodes there. And wherever you listen to podcasts, give us a rating, review, subscribe. We got some more ratings on Apple, which is just makes me feel so great. So thank you. But right now, you can just keep watching Dumb Pitches.
You're weird.
Yes.